All right, folks, we're just about set to get going here. It's definitely a little bit earlier than I usually leave the house. I just got up early today and I really want to, it's not like I have a long day ahead of me. I just want to get it done and get this job done. But before we get going, I just want to show you this truck. So I don't remember what year I purchased this truck. It was either 1999 or 2000, but it's an international LoPro truck. And the gross vehicle weight, the amount of weight it can carry, is 23,900 pounds. The light weight of this truck is just under 12,000 pounds. So the difference between those numbers is the payload of the truck and then the truck's transmission, which has an automatic transmission. It's an Allison AT545. That transmission is rated with a combined gross vehicle weight. Combined gross vehicle weight is the weight of the truck, the trailer, and everything on both of those of 30,000 pounds. The cool thing I did, number one, on this truck is I got the automatic transmission because while I think manuals are freaking awesome, they're only freaking awesome one day a week, and there's no way I want to drive one 7 days a week. That's just me. The other thing about this truck is it's got LoPro tires. So it's, I think these are 19.5-inch tires, but if you look at the tailgate is it's probably 3.5 inches off the ground. So I've dropped that down. I mean, I'm just about the same height as my pickup truck with the height of the tailgate. And then the body is a 12-foot body, and I really do like the size of that body. It's big enough to hold anything you want to hold, but small enough not to be so long it's a pain in the butt to figure out and to work around. And they got the axle pretty far back, which gave me room to put these toolboxes. So the manufacturer date of this truck, if I can get it in focus, which I'm not sure I can, right here, look right here, is 1793. And it's a 4700 LoPro, and the wheelbase was 274, but they cut it down when I bought it. And one of the many cool things about this truck is it's just ridiculously overbuilt. I mean, overbuilt for what I'm doing. I rarely max this truck out, but everything about this truck, I don't want to use the term easy to maintain because all I really do on this truck is change the oil and filters. But if you look at modern trucks and modern cars, there's just a lot of stuff going on inside them. There's more and more stuff for anti-lock braking, which is safety. There's more and more stuff for emissions, which is environment. I get it, but it's just really straightforward. And again, I'm not a heavy equipment mechanic, but it just this just seems like the golden era of trucking to me, where it's fairly straightforward and overbuilt to the hilt. Overbuilt to the hilt, we'll have to use that. So you're probably not seeing too much in here, but the motor is what's known as a DT360 on this truck. So it's got a 360 cubic inch displacement, but it's a straight 6. The cylinders are all aligned in a row, which to the best of my knowledge is the way you want diesel trucks to be. However, people who buy trucks from different manufacturers will probably disagree. But the idea with the straight 6 is you've got the minimum amount of moving parts on the truck. So let's see, the oil fill is over there. I just checked the oil. I changed my oil yesterday. Transmission fill, bunch of belts in there. The steering, I mean, this is your steering linkage. Try to get this in your pickup. Even my pickup, it's got greasable joints in there. I greased everything. We got trucks this size have what are known as kingpins down there. I did a video about greasing kingpins. All this stuff in here has Zerk fittings on it for grease. So you grease it, and if you keep it greased, it lasts indefinitely. Really designed simply in my book, once you get used to it. So then on this side, this is the air cleaner. Check out the size of that air cleaner. You got your windshield washer fluid, and then there's a coolant filter on this truck. So right down there, there's a filter right there. That's your coolant filter. And then back there, those are the 2 oil filters. And those 2 oil filters, I mean, if somebody's got a better way to do it, let me know. But I jacked up the front of the truck about 6 inches, and it was still, the one problem with a LoPro truck is it's a real pain to get under there. Whenever I'm maintaining it, I always make sure to hold my breath and blow all the peanuts off the top of the motor. I always worry that they're going to catch fire, you know, if the rodents leave their snacks on top there. There's a tag down here with some specs. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Hopefully you folks can read that. Maybe somebody that does work on heavy trucks knows more about what all that stuff means than me. I was talking with my mechanic once, and I think he said that these motors are designed to last like 500,000 miles. So when I purchased this truck, I had 165,000. It's actually a used rider truck, and I've put a little over 100,000 miles on it. And I mean, the truck, it's old, but I mean, it's just not beat at all. There is absolutely zero rust on this truck because I only run it, you know, in the summers. It's not on the road in the winters. And I would probably turn away a job in the winter, you know, if somebody wanted me to do something just to keep the rust off the frame. When I bought this truck, I spoke to somebody who had a Class B and drove like a 24-foot box where they, you know, they had like a fleet of like 30 or 40 trucks. And they told me that, you know, the Internationals weren't the fanciest, they weren't the smoothest, but you turn the key and they go. And I gotta say, this truck, I mean, it's just been so reliable. I think I had a water pump go once. One time there was a hole in my fuel filter, which could have ended really bad. It wasn't even the truck's fault. But besides that, I mean, you do your regular maintenance, and if something's not running well, you replace it and put a new one in, and it just keeps going. I purchased this truck over 20 years ago, and had I purchased a lighter duty truck like an F350 or 450 or 550, I just feel like I would have been into it for thousands of dollars to buy a new truck, for thousands of dollars to maintain a new truck, for thousands of dollars because the rust was starting to get to it. And I mean, this truck just does everything I want and more, and has so much more capability in it that I don't even touch on. Let's get moving.